All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 25 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and today we're gonna. I know, I said on Twitter we were gonna grind the multiplayer program, but I completely forgot about the Captain Blizzard program. I mean, I've had a rough morning, or a rough afternoon, morning, whatever you want to call it. It's been a rough day. So I completely forgot about the Captain Blizzard program. So I'm going to finish this up before I'm going to do this before I even do the Captain Blizzard program. It shouldn't take me long. Should not take me long now. Hey, Hoopin. Yeah, thank you for your apologies. Yeah. Honestly, I'm so angry at it. I don't even have the energy to even complain about it. Like, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts, but believe me, they're going to be so much anger that I think there's going to be genuine cause for concern. Yes, that's what I'm depressed over. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry too. Anyway, I'm going to try and build a lineup full of guys born in Asia. We'll see how that goes. Maybe this will be a distraction. I don't know. Yep, same amount of years. Didn't go as far, which I don't understand. I don't understand, which, why could we not offer another year? No, actually, I do know why we didn't offer him another year, because the Mets are reportedly afraid to offer anything beyond 3 years. They want 3 years and that's it. They don't want, and it's not just pitchers either, okay? It's freaking batters too, like Pete Alonso. They don't want to go more than 3 years with him. Well, gee, don't you think that after this Diaz signing, you're kind of left in a position where if you don't sign Pete Alonso, you're kind of screwed? Do you think that? Or is this simply, oh no, we'll be fine, it'll all work out. The Mets right now are in no position to try and talk up anything. And fine. If that's the case, then fine. Come out and say, you know what? We see that the future doesn't really look good in terms of competitiveness, so we're going to try and focus on a rebuild. That's what I hope to hear from David Stearns. At least be honest with me. If you're still saying that you're going to be competitive, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all, because you just let Diaz walk, and now you're going to tell me that Devin Williams, a guy who gave up a home run, a 2-run homer to Pete Alonso in the wild card, in a playoff game, in a decisive game, you're telling him we're going to be better with him than we were with Edwin Diaz? A guy who won 2 National League Reliever of the Year awards, most recently this past season. You're telling me you couldn't? You're telling me if you're telling me that this team is still expected to win, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it, and I'm not going to Citi Field, and I'm not freaking buying any Mets stuff. Okay? You fooled me last year by saying, "Oh, if the fans come, then we'll be even better." So the fans just got to fill up. The fans have always been there for the Mets. The fans have always been there. But the problem is that this team is not giving back. It's like that one line in Fever Pitch. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but that's the one where Jimmy Fallon plays as a Red Sox fan, or plays Ben, a Red Sox fan who falls in love with this or this girl who's obviously much well off than he is. Anyway, so there's a line that gets said to Jimmy Fallon. That's it, and this is from a kid, and this always stuck with me. The kid says to him, "You love the Red Sox, but do the Red Sox love you back?" And you know what? I can apply that very same saying to me. I love the Mets, but do the Mets love me back? The Met fans love the Mets, but do the Mets love their fans back? Because last year I couldn't tell. We were told, "Hey, come out to Citi Field, support us, and we'll show you what we could do. We'll make the playoffs. We'll be even better." And yet they didn't make the playoffs, and all they had to do was win on the final game. Even I don't think Robert Suarez is going to be enough. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think Robert Suarez is enough. I'd like to believe that he is enough. I'd like to. But he is not freaking Edwin Diaz. Yes, they absolutely did. And for what reason? What reason did the Mets have for letting Edwin Diaz walk? Why could they not offer Edwin Diaz $70 million? Okay? That's like $1 million more. For 3 years. That would have gotten it done. So why didn't they do that? No, fair. Fair. That's fair. That's why I'm not angry with Edwin Diaz. Heck, I'd want to go there too. Hey there, cheater. You're tuning in at the right time. You're seeing me go on my epic rant. Can't even be mad with. I'm not even mad with Edwin Diaz. I don't blame him. That's why I'm not mad with him. I'm mad with the Mets. I'm mad with Steve Cohen. I'm mad with David Stearns. Did I hear what? About Diaz? Yeah, that's what I'm going on about. Oh, what the Colts did? Signing Philip Rivers to their practice squad? So what? So what? He's going to be on their practice squad. No, I know he is. I saw that injury, and that's a big blow to the that's a big blow to the Colts. Honestly, their season might be in danger here. Oh, I thought it was practice squad. Oh, well, my bad. I thought it was just practice squad, but oh. Also could have just said 5 years, but all right. Yeah, Diaz. I'm just, I am so angry with the Mets right now. I really am. Like, I'm, I need a plan. I want to see what exactly does David Stearns have. What does David Stearns' plan look like? That's what I want to know. All right? Show me that plan. Show me that plan, Stearns. If it's a rebuild, then come out and say it. But if you're expecting to still be competitive, you better lay out that plan for me. Because right now, I don't see it. Yeah, exactly. He's turning the Mets into the Brewers. Which is what I was afraid he was going to do. I don't want the Mets to be the Brewers. I want the Mets to be the Mets. Best team in baseball. You're saying even better than the team that has won back-to-back World Series and right now is poised to win a third one in a row. Even better than that team. Remind me again when the Brewers won a World Series? Because to me, that says best team in baseball. Second best. Even better than the team that has Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Cheater, you weren't even alive for when the Brewers made it to the World Series. And that was when they were in the American League. Cheater, that's the best team wins the World Series. Who would you? What's your defining definition, or what's your definition of the best team in baseball? Right now, yeah, I would agree with you. Even with Juan Soto, the Mets are right now. No, what's the captain boost? Hold on, I don't have the cards yet, so I don't. I don't know. I'm still trying to put together the team. I could try, but I don't know how I could get them. Ooh, first base is going to be a little difficult here. 6'3". Okay, well, you got to give me a minute. I want to build up this team. Okay, all right, calm down, JD Cash. All right, I'll get to the program, but I need to build this team up. Yeah, but the Dodgers do, and they have 2 World Series to show for it. Come on, there's got to be a first baseman under 5'10". Hey, it worked for the Yankees, and it's working for the Dodgers. So, I don't see the Brewers' name on any World Series title. Honest Wagner or Cool Papa Bell? Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you. Wait, Wagner doesn't play at first. There he is. No, he's 6'0", or he's 6 foot. He won't work. Oscar Charleston could work. He's 5'8". All right, let me go give you those boosts. So for Pendleton, you get plus 15 power, plus 15 batting clutch, and plus 15 hits per 9 at tier 2. And then for Imanaga, you get plus 10 contact, plus 10 vision, and plus 10 strikeouts per 9. Oh, I didn't realize that Tommy Edman or Lars Nootbaar counted. All right. Thanks, JD Cash. And sorry about my snappiness earlier. I'm just frustrated very much with the Mets right now. I mean, they said Tommy Edman worked, so. Right? Isn't that what they said? Yeah. I love that they gave that hint. Because that actually works not only for Asia, but it also works for the Terry Pendleton. Let's see if I can find other ones. You should make a Will Klein card. Ozzie Smith doesn't work. He's 5'11". Why would they put him in or put him under that if he's not going to count? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You have a lot more faith than I do, because right now, I know them, it's still young, but if the Mets don't make a big signing, I don't see them. I don't see them making. I would rather they just come out and say we're doing a rebuild. Like, at least just be honest. That's all I ask, is that they be honest. I mean, sure, it'll probably cost them. It'll probably cost them Juan Soto, but let's be honest. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I don't think he was coming back after the 5th year anyway. Well, I'll hope that he sees it, but if by year 5 the Mets, if by 2029 they're not back in the playoffs, I'm very doubtful they get. I think it's very doubtful that they get Juan Soto back. If I'm being completely honest here. Heck, I wouldn't even come back to this team. I'd be like, the hell with this. Why go there when I could go to the Dodgers or to the Yankees or to the Blue Jays and potentially be winning? You know? What's up, gamer? Oh, I really wait. Kim's what? I thought you had a Dodgers card. Yeah, there we go. He's actually 5'10", so maybe that'll help. If Pete Alonso joins the Dodgers, you're done. It doesn't say, I don't think he's joining the Dodgers. They have Freddie Freeman there, and they have Ohtani as DH, so there's nowhere for Pete. If anything, I think he's joining the Red Sox. The Red Sox at least made the playoffs last year. Yeah, that would be hilarious. He already struggles at third. You would put him at third base? Oh, I didn't even talk about that. No, I've been too focused on Diaz. Jose Ramirez does count, so if I can't find anyone at third base who could fit Asia, then I'll put Jose Ramirez in. Man. No, I know you already said that. Oh wow, brutal. No, I saw it. I'm sorry that I didn't respond. I thought I did, but I guess not. That's my bad. Didn't mean to leave you hanging. I don't know. I got so caught up talking about Edwin Diaz. I really kind of don't have the energy for it anymore. I think I've pretty much said that I said all that I can say about it. Wow, I have literally been talking for the last 30 minutes. I haven't even gotten into any gameplay. Jesus. But see, that shouldn't be who gets the the booze. That's not who should get it. If anything, it should be David Stearns and David or Steve Cohen, because they're the ones who could have pushed for um they're the ones who could have pushed for Edwin Diaz. They could have, but they chose not to. I mean, I don't know if that would have been enough. No, I don't think that would have been enough. It would have had to been like, I don't even know if 84 million would have gotten it done. Because he literally signed for 23 million a year. They could sign whoever they want. I don't think it matters at this point. But they need a big signing. They don't get a big signing. I say next year is a total lost cause. They might as well just say that we're going into a rebuild. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure that's going to piss off, that's going to piss off Juan Soto. But at least you be honest. At least Met fans can say, all right, fine, then show us the future. What is the future? What do we have in the pipeline that could potentially make us better? That's what I want to know. If you're going to come out and tell me that, oh, we're going to be competitive, we're going to make big signings. Okay, who do you have in mind then? Just lay out a plan for me. It's like, nope, no more. Whatever Devin Williams signing or whatever his song was, that's what Met fans are going to get. There'll be trumpets in there'll be trumpets in Los Angeles, but I hope so. I really, 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 really hope so. All right, let's get into a game. Is he going to be good enough for the Mets? After all, let's not forget that he gave up that game-winning home run to Pete Alonso in the wild card round in the decisive Game 3.
Hey! I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's keep that in mind.
Ball, that's out. Aye. 2-2 the count. Aye.
Strike 3, sit down.
Ball, that's out.
Well, if the Mets don't get Pete Alonso, Stearns and Cohen are going to have to really lay out a plan. Stearns may be run out of New York. It might be like, hey, you're not doing anything.
Hey! 0-1's the count.
Well, I guess this poverty franchise has 2 World Series to its names. So I'll take 2 World Series over none.
Hey! Yeah!
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Have I been watching Nets basketball? No, the NBA has been the sport that I paid the least amount of attention to. Strike 3, sit down. I read somewhere that they were off to a rough start, and now they picked it up as of late.
2 bases. Count 1-0.
Out. Well, there you go then. Just shows you what I know about basketball. When was that? When they had KD, Kyrie, and Harden? Yeah. And now Kyrie is on Dallas. Harden is on the Clippers. And KD is on Houston. So none of them are even with the Nets. Yeah, I'm not as big of a fan of it. I think it's kind of it was the NBA trying to be like college basketball with like the Maui Invitational and everything. Like other than bragging rights, what's the point of winning the NBA Cup? Like, to me, it's pointless. Like, you win it just because you want to say you win it. And I almost feel like that it's merely, you know, something for the event, for the team that if they don't win the NBA title, they could say, "Oh, well, at least we won the cup." It's not the same. And I also hate the expansion that they did. Like I always thought 18s was great. Now we got those stupid play-in
2
tournaments.
balls, no strikes.
It's like, oh, participation trophy. No. Well, but again, it goes back to your point. It's all about the money. You know, NBA teams that don't normally get into the NBA playoffs, oh, they could get a play-in, or they can do the play-in, and that'll count as the playoffs. It should. But it's all about the money. So... I don't necessarily disagree with you. Athletes are getting paid more. More than they ever have. And I think that's a big part why we very rarely see guys spend spend their entire careers with one team. Because it's like, hey, I could go to this team and I could make more money. Like, fine. I mean, it's like, it kind of mimics life. Like, you know, oh, I got a better, I found the same job that pays me more at this one workplace. So unless you offer me more, I'm just gonna go there. The only difference is that very rarely do those companies that people are working for and thinking about leaving, very rarely do they come back and say, okay, we'll offer you this. That's the big signing. That and Kyle Schwarber returning to the Phillies. Which, that's huge for the Phillies. They needed him back. And I'm sorry to SB Champ that I stupidly got caught up believing that the Mets may get him. They were never going to get him. Honestly, I think he used the Mets just like Kirk Cousins used the Jets to get a better deal from the Vikings. It's like, okay. I don't think so. I think Schwarber always wanted to go to wanted to be back with the Phillies. The thing is, I don't think, or he just wanted, like I said, I think he just wanted to get as much as possible out of the Phillies, and he got it. I don't blame him. Steve Cohen, richest owner in the, I think it's the Dodgers owner now, but Steve Cohen, one of the richest owners in the MLB, shelling out or willing to offer this amount of money for any free agent. Like, you don't think that any free agent is going to take advantage of that?
1.
I thought he was coming back.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Like, he indicated he wanted to be back. He said it at the end of the season. But I think Cohen and Stern's stubbornness, I think that's going to cost them a lot of free agents, especially now that I'm hearing that the Mets are not willing to go more than 3 years on any deal for anyone. Like,
Ball inside.
I get it. You don't want to be tied down long term, but you have to understand that may drive away potential free agents because they want to be in a place for a long time. And if they're not going to get that in New York, they could go elsewhere.
1-1.
I mean, Schwarber just got 5 years, $150 million from the Phillies. Yeah, you know what the Mets are missing now? Diaz. You know what they're also missing? Pete Alonso. They're also missing a starter, and they're missing a lot. Yeah, but if they don't show a vision for the future, Juan Soto may not stick around. He may be after the 5th year. He's like, I'm done. I want to go win. If you guys are not going to provide that, bye. That'll be the biggest gut punch. It was like, oh, we signed Soto, big signing and everything, and
Ball 1, no strikes.
And then he turns around and walks out the door after the 5th year. I may be done for the decade. I may not attend another ball game at Citi Field. I think I'll just take my nephews and niece to a local ballpark. Did you see the Colts when they won the Super Bowl in 2006 or no?
0-1's the count. Nope, that's inside.
Oh. Because I was going to say, at least you had that. But the only team I've ever seen, my favorite team, the only team that I root for, that I've seen win a championship was the Devils in 2003. That's it. Other than that, I've never seen, the closest I've seen was the Mets making it to the World Series in 2015. The Jets getting to back-to-back AFC Championship appearances.
Timeout. That ball bounced over. Ground rolled up.
The Nets, I mean, I didn't see them when they were in the NBA Finals. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen them go beyond the first round in any playoffs that I've ever watched them in. I hear ya. You and me are in the same boat. Jets can't settle on their QB.
1-0.
Sam Darnold, Mark Sanchez, Geno Smith, Christian Hackenberg, Josh McCown, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers,
Ball 2.
Tyrod Taylor, Justin Fields, Brady Cook. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought Anthony Richardson was going to be the guy for you, for the Colts. I thought he was going to be it.
Hey. 0-1.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Ball, 1 strike.
Although you missed me ranting over Edwin Diaz, but I also mentioned Schwarber. So since you're here, you know, I'm sorry that I got caught up in those reports saying the Mets may get Schwarber. I don't think they were ever going to get Schwarber. Strike 3, sit down. I think Schwarber used them to get a better deal from
0-1's the count.
from the Phillies. But I think Schwarber always wanted to be with the Phillies. Schwarber just came off of a MVP caliber year. You don't think he should cash in on that? Strike 3, sit down.
Now batting, the third baseman. Chase.
I mean, Judge did.
My draw.
So did Ohtani.
Now pitching for Chicago.
Well, there you go. That's the power of using the Mets.
Taylor.
You know, Schwarber was able to turn to the Phillies and say, this is what I got. Now what do you have to offer? And Phillies were not willing to lose him out to the Mets. It got so bad this morning that I actually had to pull out my heater from the room adjacent to mine. I had to pull it out because it was like I was freezing and I couldn't sleep. See, I think Steve Cohen doesn't, or Steve Cohen may be under this impression that if he offers enough money to a player, that he'll sign him. The problem is that there will be a team who will be willing to spend more than he does. And that came in the form of the Philadelphia Phillies. They know what they have right now. It's not terrible. It's just they haven't been able to find any playoff success. But, you know, they're still a good team. They still run the NL East. Even I have to admit that as a Mets fan. They've run it pretty much since 23? Nah, he's a DH. He's a DH, and they already have Ohtani at that. They don't need him. They don't need him there. You're not used to it. You just prefer the Florida weather. You and I would say about pretty much everyone in the northern half of the country right now would prefer Florida weather. Yeah, me too. I've got a bit of... I still have my cough. I mean, I'm over the viral infection, but the cough is still a problem. $10:30, huh? Yeah, I'm worried that my cough may last that long.
Number 49, Jordan Leader.
I should have gotten my flu and COVID shot before this whole weather started.
Ball one, no strike.
Because I got it last year. From now on, I'm not believing any reports of the Mets pursuing anyone until I see an official, or I see them officially sign someone. So, I don't care about these reports of, oh, well, the Mets are interested in Michael King. Oh, the Mets are interested in, or they had talks with Pete Alonso, blah, blah, blah. Until I see officially signed and it's confirmed, I'm not believing a damn thing about any rumors.
Now batting, third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
I got it last year, so... And I felt fine last year. I actually didn't get sick last year. And I got in, and actually my family is at risk. No, it definitely hurt. It hurt when I got it the first time, yeah. But not when I got the booster, no. No, in fact, I felt great. Plus, that was for the request of my sister who had a baby, or just had my niece a year ago. So, it didn't matter anyway, because we all got the stomach flu, and we couldn't end up celebrating Christmas with them until a week after.
We got a ground rule double.
That's not because of the COVID shot. That was just because there was a bug going around. A terrible bug. I forget what the name of it was, but we were reporting on it. As soon as my mom got it, I was like, oh boy. Because anytime one of us in the house gets it, we all end up getting sick. Case in point, I was sick 2 weeks ago. And Or even, actually, now I think it's 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks ago. Now my brother is sick. My dad got sick last week. Oh yeah, we're fine. Yeah, no. Us getting, well, I mean, my brother is sick. So... But other than that, everyone's fine. I need one more strikeout with you, Darvish. Thank you. I appreciate that. And to you as well. You and your family. Excuse me. Look, I think my brother is going to get over it eventually. You know, I got over my viral infection, and so did my dad. So, my brother will get over it.
2 bases.
Yeah, he's just being a little melodramatic right now. Well, that's a good way. Yeah, healthy food gives you the vitamins that you need to be able for your body to fight off any kind of sickness. Yep, very important. A run gets fresh air into your lungs, and especially cold air. I hear a lot of people that say that running through cold air actually helps with their air circulation. Oh, well, that's nice.
Counts 1-0.
Exactly. Yeah, just focus on yourself, a healthy lifestyle, and you know what? You could live for a long time with a healthy lifestyle. I always try to go to a gym twice a week. Work on my arms. Work on my legs. Oh no? No, that's fine. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat, but that's because of my workplace. You know, to me, it's not fair to a woman if she ends up with me. It's not fair to her that for 5 out of the 7 days of the week, she's going to be sleeping alone. She's going to have to make dinner, or she would have to get her own dinner. Ooh, wow. Yeah, never. That's never happened to me. But like for me, I just it's not fair to her. And if she wants to go out on date night in New York City or whatever, or if she wants to go out, she wants to go hang out in New York City over the weekend, I can't go with her because I'm too busy. I'm too busy at work. I can't do that. You know, so really my workplace has been, or my work schedule has kind of held me back from really looking. I just don't think it's fair. Okay, well, you take whatever time you need.
That's inside.
You know, best advice I could give you is try and focus on yourself. You know, what is it that you want out of life? Obviously, you want someone who's loyal. You want someone who is gonna, you know, is gonna give you the same love, attention, and loyalty that you would give to that person.
Hey! 0-2 is the count. Hey!
Strike 3, sit out. Alright, that's the 5th strikeout.
Hey!
I think that's all I needed.
Ball 1.
Okay. Then you feel good about yourself, no?
1 ball, 1 strike.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to focus on yourself. A lot of people do that. You know, there's no need to rush. It's like I got off of dating apps because I felt like I wasn't getting anything out of them, and it was, you know, I felt like I was also being judged before they even got to know me. Like they just saw pictures of me and then formed their assumptions, and then that was it. And apparently, I don't take very good pictures. Because I once put them on this app called Photo Feeler, where people would rate your photo and tell you what they thought, like, oh, nice smile, you know, all that stuff. And then I posted a number of pictures, and I just kept getting criticisms. Like, I was getting 1-star ratings and everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this because this is not helpful.
That's off the plate. Ball 2.
Yeah, me too. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are girls that I'm interested in. Strike 3, sit down. It's just there. Like I said, I feel like my schedule kind of prevents me from having a relationship. Yeah, see, I never fought back. I never fought back. Anyway, you were asking about the program that dropped? It's the Captain Blizzard program. In fact, I just finished it up. Oh, I needed 10 strikeouts. So wait, what did I... Oh, Chung-Ho Lee, that's right. I forgot. And I thought it was 10 strikeouts. Oh, well. Not a big deal. But yeah, there you go. Captain Blizzard program is done. Ooh, scouting report came in. Well, definitely not. Yeah. There you go. Sure, that's one way to do it. Yep. You could also do the deluxe choice packs. Oh wait, did any of my orders sell? Ah. Last one was Robin Yount. That was the last one. Okay. Oh, I like the event. I love it. You know, I mean, now with the La Graza, the events kind of lose their appeal, or the Forever event loses its appeal because a lot of people played it for the for the parallel XP, but now that you can earn that at La Graza, as evidenced by the fact that I just had a ton of cards go up a level in terms of parallel XP, I mean, that's where its appeal really loses out. Yeah, no, I like the DeGrom card, but at this point, I've collected all the World Series rewards and all the BR packs, or all the BR cards as well. So there's really not much for me to accomplish. Yeah, but see, the problem is with me, I'm a completionist, and I refuse to leave programs undone. So the multiplayer program needs to get finished up. I think I could do it. It's just going to take a while. Unfortunately, I can't rely on the parallel XP anymore. So Josh Gibson, I saw that he was... before I jump in, though, I do want to sell some of these cards. Hold on. That's 5,000. Yeah, that's what I thought. It sells for 7585, which I could put this up for 7584. There was also Josh Gibson here. 21999. Because I already have that card, so I might as well sell it. Alright, so 3,500. Might as well sell it. I mean, a lot of these cards are just flashbacks, so whatever flashbacks I have, I should just sell them. Other than the ones that I can't sell, like Juan Marichal or Matt Cain. Can't sell those. But I can sell Fernando Tatis Jr. Oh, damn. Someone literally undercut me. You know what? No. No. I'm the lowest bid because someone just literally paid $10,000 for Fernando Tatis Jr. So, you should buy all the cards I should buy all the cards I don't have. There, see? Someone just bought Josh Gibson from me. I don't think anyone's going to buy Mark Davis from me, but we'll see. I mean, that's a lot. Some of these cards are really expensive, like Don Sutton. The Jackie Robinson is pretty expensive. 99 Randy. I know I have the 91 Randy. I don't think I have the 99 Randy. He would be Mariners, I think. Let's see. Yeah, he would be very expensive. There we go. Someone just bought Tatis from me. Yeah, I'm going to go broke if I do that. I think he was part of Weekend Classic, so you got to wait till Weekend Classic is back. The only race card I don't have is this one. Ian Seymour. There are actually a couple collections that I haven't finished. I just don't know if it's like worth it at this point. I'm just trying to sell the cards that I have duplicates of. Just get them out. Get them out of my inventory. Because I don't need them anymore. I think this is 5,000 as well. Yeah, so if I go in here, 9443. Yeah, I can make way more. That's what I try to that's what I try to do. Let's see. All right, barely enough, but enough nonetheless. Someone bought Jose Bautista from me. A card you could literally get in the Multiplayer Forever program. Someone just bought it from me. Wasted stubs. Yeah, I agree. I think it's I don't think it's as smart of a move. But whatever. I mean, Giants or Colts they have no QB now. It's tough. It really is. You know. True, but again, you don't even have to, like, even if you can't play online, you could still earn it. You could luck your way in. Like, there are a couple event games I lucked my way into winning. Yeah, I really don't want to do that. I swore off of that earlier this year when they decided to combine all the programs together. No, I mean, if you don't have... What, you mean like you don't have the PlayStation Plus membership? Or the Xbox Live membership? Or whatever Nintendo does? So you're cheaping out on a year membership and are willing to spend stubs? I mean, okay. Don't see any other ones here. Ooh, Chris Bryant I could sell. Yeah, and I just wasted a membership last year. All right, Hoopin. All right, enjoy your nap, and thanks for your concern about Edwin Diaz. It's a gut punch today. It's a gut punch. It's definitely not a good day. Now I don't even know if the Mets are even gonna re-sign Alonso, and I hope David Stearns has a plan, and I want him to share that plan. And see, this is the way I see it. Just I know I'm going on this rant, but this is truly the way that I see it. I'm an investor. Okay, the Mets are a business, and I'm an investor. As a fan, I'm investing my time, my passion, and my energy into cheering on this team, to going to the ballpark, to buying jerseys, buying food, buying buying tickets, getting these promotional items, and all that. I'm investing a lot of money, and if I'm not seeing a good value on my return, I'm going to start demanding accountability. Like, what's the plan here? I want David Stearns to come to me with a plan. How is David Stearns going to make this Mets team good enough to be able to compete for a championship? If not, is it going to be this year? Are they going to go out and sign some free agents? Have they had talks about, maybe trading away some players? Are those players not fitting into David Stearns' vision? Okay, so what if they're not? Then what's the plan for them? Then are you trading them off? Are you gonna cut ties? Are they? What's the plan? That's what my question is. What is the plan from David Stearns? That's what I want to know. Show me a plan that tells me that this Mets team is either going to win the World Series in the next few years, or they're going to rebuild and try to win later on. Show me that vision. If there is no vision at that time, or if there is no vision, then I'm not investing. No, don't worry about it. I'm just going off on another tangent. I'm demanding a plan from David Stearns. What is the plan to make this team competitive, whether it's the next few years, or it's over in 10 years from now? Okay? Just show me a plan. That's all I'm asking. What is David Stearns' vision? If he comes out and says, oh, we're going to try and sign this agent, and this agent, and we believe it'll make us competitive, okay, then go sign them, and then let's see. If the vision is, well, we know right now is not really a good time for us to be competitive, so we're gonna try and trade off some pieces and start building towards a future. Okay, so which pieces are staying and which pieces are going? That's all I'm asking for, is a plan. Show me a plan, and then you'll keep my interest. But if you tell me, oh, we're working on a couple things, we're things are moving and we're doing our best here, that's not a plan. That's lip service. I don't want lip service. I want a plan. And if lip service is, I don't even care if you punt on next year. If you punt on next year, just at least come out and say it. But if you're going to give me lip service and not commit to either winning the next few years or rebuilding for the future, no, I'm not mad at Diaz. I'm not mad at Diaz, champ, because look at it. Look at where the Mets are right now. They don't have Pete Alonso. They just traded away Brandon Nimmo, who was a 20 home run guy. So that's a big power bat that they need to replace. And they need to fill, and it's a left fielder too. So there's that. They also don't have Pete Alonso right now. And last year was so bad, they didn't have any pitching or anything. They had no defense. I mean, if you're Edwin Diaz, you really want to stick around with this team? Especially since they came out and said, we don't really want to go beyond 3 years for any player. Well, what's going to happen in 3 years? I want to be. He wanted to be around. He only got 3 years from the Dodgers. Marcus Semien is good. We'll see how he does this. He's only as good as this upcoming season. So if he's horrible this upcoming season, then he's not good.
Leading off for the Wolves, the shortstop.
I think he wanted that too, but the Mets. This is why I'm saying that David Stearns and Steve Cohen, if they can't get out of their ways and get rid of this ridiculous, we don't want to go beyond 5 years or 3 years for a player, well, then you're not going to generate any interest except for guys who want just a prove-it deal. And last time I checked, a 2-year deal with Frankie Montas isn't working out or isn't going to work out. You gave a 3-year deal to Sean Manaea, and he was horrible last year. Not to mention you did that with Scherzer. You did it with Scherzer, and you shipped him off. He didn't have a good tenure in 2023. He was solid for the Mets in 22. But you shipped him off. I think they also gave the same for Justin Verlander. And then they shipped him off as well.
Ball.
No, they were not playing around. Dodgers are invested. They know their time window to win is now. And going out and signing one of the best relievers in the game, I think that puts them in a really good position. That's why I'm not mad with Edwin Diaz. Yeah. Well, you hope that I think the role of the reliever is to do that nowadays. Just throw heat. That's why I think we're going to get to a time period where there's the starting pitcher is going to be non-existent. It's going to be more openers, and then whoever you could get, 5 innings out of, and then, you're just going to turn it over to the bullpen. I feel like we're getting there.
2-2 to count.
I hate to see it because, guys like Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, those guys could go multiple innings. They could go 7, 8, or 9 while throwing some serious heat. And yet, we're not in that time frame anymore.
That hit him. He's got first.
I think Nolan McLean is the only one who's locked in.
Ball 1, no strikes.
No, he's a starter, but you know they're stuck with him. I think he has it in his contract that he won't move back to reliever. He wants to be a starter. And I hope the Mets take this lesson and they don't ever try this again. I would have thought that they would have learned this with Rafael Montero. Yeah, and remember how that was pitched? Well, you don't, but I remember how that was pitched to us. Like, oh, Clay Holmes is going to be, you know, a diamond in a rough. You know, he's going to be the next Luis Severino. He's going to be great. No, he wasn't. He was terrible. The guy can't go more than 4 or 5 innings. Because he's been a reliever most, if not his entire career. And now he's just going to be thrusted into a starting role with no, you know, experience. I mean, it stunk to hell to me. It stunk really bad. Stunk like hell. I wasn't buying that crap. Honestly, you might argue that David Stearns doesn't know what he's doing because, after all, he's the one that he's the one that signed him and said, hey, we can turn him into a starter. Even the Yankees didn't try that. At least the Yankees know who can be starters and who should be relievers. They're not trying to experiment and use analytics to... He is a reliever, but right now he's a starter with the Mets. He's going to be a starter. I mean, thankfully the Mets have a team option after next season, so hopefully they cut bait and don't decline it next year. Like, take your losses, admit your mistake, and move on. And if Clay Holmes still believes he could be a starter, he could go be a starter for someone else. Another big mistake, giving Sean Manaea a 3-year, $75 million contract. That was another big mistake. We should have just rode off that high for from the 2024 NLDS. Sorry, NLDS, not Diaz. Should have just rode off that high and said, thank you, Sean Manaea, but we're going to go try and find some starting pitching. Heck, Nolan McLean could have been that option. At least he would have had a year to be able to do it. Instead of being thrusted into the rotation in September during a pennant race. Yeah, that Manaea deal? Yeah. 25... Well, I mean, thankfully, for only for 2 more seasons. But Sean Manaea, he's starting to lose it. I think even he has to admit that. You know, like I said, we should have just rode off the high of the, or should just enjoy the high of the 2024 NLDS and went after someone else. It also sucks that we lost Griffin Canning, because Canning was actually pretty decent for the Mets. I mean, he wasn't spectacular, but he fit, and at that time, that was the best that the Mets could hope for out of him. Just fit, pitch well, and or pitch decent enough, and keep us in games. Yeah, because he had that injury. At least the Mets are wise enough not to bring him back. No offense to Griffin, he should be given another chance, but he's going to be out for a while. And now I don't want to believe these reports, but there are some rumors going around that the Mets, the Mets are shopping Senga, and now I hear the Mets are shopping Peterson. Peterson is one of the reasons why the Mets even made it to the NLCS last year. He had a solid record, and he came in relief for the Mets when they needed him to.
The third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Ball one.
I mean, I think that would destroy baseball right there. I think the Dodgers, I don't see too many improvements they need to make, so I think they should just go with
3 balls, 1 strike.
I think they should just go with what they have with signing Diaz and call it an off season, because I don't see how this team can improve from this year or even last year. Nope, foul ball. Darn. Yeah, I get what you meant. They're turning out exactly. That's exactly the right comparison. That the Dodgers right now are the Yankees of the late 90s and the early 2000s. The team that just always ended up in the World Series.
Ball that's outside.
Regardless of whether they won or lost, at least they got there. And for the late 90s, they won. But
now batting, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, Dodgers want to win.
Ball that's just out.
I thought maybe Steve Cohen would bring that culture with him, and I believed it with Soto and Lindor. But now I kind of doubt it. Now I'm really buying the belief that Steve Cohen just wanted his casino next to City Field.
Ball.
And that's really all that matters to him. Yeah, Dodgers have Edwin Diaz.
No, he's safe.
So you get to talk about that now.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cal Raleigh.
Out. Got him.
Leading off for the Wolves, the right fielder, Addison.
Okay. I mean, I don't know who else they could go after at this point, but go for it. I mean, I don't. Not even. I'm just so beat down by this Diaz signing that I don't even know if I don't know if it's even like worth it. I tell you what, I didn't think that the Tigers would
Ball, that's in.
trade Scooble. Like, but when that Tigers president came out and said, "Yeah, everyone is available." I mean, if I'm a Tigers fan, I'm extremely pissed with that because it's like, wait a minute, they were in the what was it the ALDS last year. You have a back-to-back Cy Young Award winner in Tarek Skubal. You have a young core that dominated baseball for the first half of this season. And sure, there are things that can be improved. Sure. I'm not saying things can't be improved, but I'm saying, like, that Tarek Skubal is your cornerstone guy, and you're telling me as a Tigers, you're telling me that he's available. If I'm a Tigers fan, I'm upset because it's like, no, it should be competitive. Well, Mookie Betts, I would agree, but David Price, yeah, he needed to go. He was just not. He was just not working out for the Red Sox. I don't think they should let go of Chris Sale. I don't think they should have done that. But David Price, yeah, he should have been gone. But I mean, now they have Garrett Crochet, so if they can lock him up long term, I mean, they better. I mean, this team was good enough to get to the playoffs. This team was good enough. What does that mean? Untouchable? Like they're not going to do any trades? Okay. Well, I mean, look, didn't San Diego made it to the playoffs this year? Why shouldn't they try again?
Leading off for Baltimore, the left fielder, Jaron Duran.
That's a ball.
Batting second, the catcher, number 35, Adley Rutschman.
I think these rumors going around that the Mets are not willing to sign anyone beyond a 3-year deal, I think is hurting them. If anything, David Stearns needs to come out and say that's not true. You know, we're going to try and negotiate as best we can, but like I said, all I want from David Stearns is a plan. What is the plan? If there's no plan, then guess what? Don't expect me at Citi Field this year. But tell me what the plan is.
Batting fourth, the second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
It could be we're going to rebuild. It could be we're going to try and sign these free agents and, you know, win over the next couple years. But let there be a plan, please. I should have just gone home. Then that's fine. Let him come out and say that. I mean, that likely means that Juan Soto is going to be gone. And you know, that means that fans won't come out to the ballpark because they're not going to cheer on a team that is bad. But at least come out and say that.
Nope, outside.
I didn't say he had to get rid of Lindor. I didn't say that. Lindor, I don't think is going anywhere because no one's going to take his contract at this point. Unless he asks to be released. But he's already, what, into 2022 was his first year, then 23, 24. He's entering the 5th year of his contract, so he's halfway into it. No, there's an option for Soto to opt out after the 5th season. So in 2029, he could, or, let's see. Yeah, 2029, he could just decide that he doesn't want to be part of the Mets anymore. You know, I can't predict what'll happen,
Outside, that's a ball.
you know, 4 years from now. Maybe Soto's priorities change. Maybe he doesn't want to be paid $50 million anymore, or Not if it means he's going to be on a losing team.
Ball 2. He's out.
Now pitching, Rob Dibble.
Yeah, I'm not even going to... I've seen some Met fans be like, oh, I hope he gets injured like he did in 2023. I'm not wishing that on him. Because that was a freak injury, and that really devastated the Mets' 2023 year. Why should we wish that on Edwin Diaz now? That's disrespectful in my opinion.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Because people are angry, they feel betrayed. You know, they feel like we invested, we got Timmy Trumpets to play for you at Citi Field and no loyalty to us.
Leading off for the Trappers, the third baseman, Gunnar Henderson.
It's not just Mets fans, but baseball fans in general would be wise to remember not to be loyal to the name that's on the back of the jersey, but to be loyal to the name that's on the front of the jersey.
0-1.
That's where the loyalty lies, not... Yeah. Exactly.
Batting it, the center fielder.
Exactly. That's why I'm not angry with Diaz.
Rodriguez.
Like, if it...
Counts 1-0.
I pose this question to Met fans all the time. Would you stay loyal to a team if they gave... if they, first of all, lowballed you, and second of all, they decided they were going to rebuild and not be competitive? Or would you go to a team that offers you way more money, gives you the same amount of years, and is playing for a championship? Could win potentially a third championship in a row. Yeah, he could have. That's why I have very little hope that Pete Alonso is going to sign with the Mets. Because I think Pete Alonso sees the writing on the wall, and he doesn't want to be part of it either. That's why I think he's going to the Red Sox.
The catcher, number 35.
And hey, if I'm proven wrong, I'd like to be proven wrong.
Got him.
Exactly. He went from a team that was like bottom of the barrel in the AL East, and he won back-to-back World Series MVPs. Or back-to-back World Series, excuse me. Like, would you not do the same thing? I mean, Jack Flaherty went back to the Tigers despite, going to the Dodgers. But the trade was not his fault.
The second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Yeah, a fellow teammate from the Rays. Yep. So at least he was familiar with that.
Hey, 2. 0-2.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I'm not angry.
Oh, that's in Inside.
with him. I would have done the same thing. I love my Mets, but if they're heading into a rebuild and they don't see me as part of the vision, yeah, I'm going to take my talents to a team that is going to win a World Series. I mean, as Met fans, our anger should be directed at Cohen and Stearns. Oh, yeah, Mason Miller and Edwin Diaz? Oof. That would be
2
something.
strikes. He's out.
Leading off for Baltimore, the right fielder, Juan Soto. Now pitching, Rodgers Munoz.
What, that he might go to the Dodgers?
Ball 1.
Well, why are you concerned about him? That he doesn't re-sign with the Mets? Yeah. In fact, I fully expect that. I fully expect that he will not be back with the Mets. I really don't think so. I really feel like there's nowhere to put him. At least not on the Dodgers. I really do believe he goes to the Red Sox.
Henderson.
I don't think you want to waste an arm like Ohtani on the outfield. You'd rather save that arm for the mound.
Leading off for the Wolves, the third baseman, Matt Chapman. Now pitching, Felix Bautista.
Didn't he win NLCS MVP? I mean, World Series, yeah, he struggled. But up until, I thought he won NLCS MVP, so he was great he was great up until he got to the World Series. And even then, like, they got bailed out. Sometimes that's all you need. Or Yamamoto stepped up. I really don't think that the Dodgers are going after Alonso. I think I think Alonso's just going to go to the Red Sox. Oh boy, was there another signing? Yeah. He was going to meet with them. Yeah. Yeah, he was meeting with them at the winter meetings. It's not a shock. Everyone knew that. What do you mean that doesn't make any sense? Because he wants to meet with the teams. He wanted to, specifically what I heard is that he was meeting with the Red Sox and the Orioles. He has every right to meet with those teams if he wants to. Doesn't mean that he's gonna sign right away. It just means that he's meeting with them, hearing them out. I think he's listening to both very intently. Hey, ass whooping. With the Red Sox? Why would it be a waste of his career? Then that's the risk that the Red Sox take. He's betting on himself, and if the Red Sox are willing to pay, they may sign him. He knows what the Mets offer has been. Now he's meeting with the Red Sox and potentially the Orioles too.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ball. Out.
Yes. He could be wearing a different uniform. Yep. That's how it goes.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
ball. That's out. Hey!
I don't know. They didn't make the wild card last year or this past year. They added Juan Soto. They need a lot more than just Pete Alonso.
That's out. Hey! 1-1.
But Framber wants 7 years, and the Mets don't want to go beyond 3 for anyone. Reported.
Batting third, the first baseman.
I'm Framber. I'm like, okay, you don't want to give me 7? Then our negotiations are done. That's what I was saying before. You know, if Steve Cohen and David Stearns can't get out of their own way and are sticking to the whole 3 years or nothing rule, well, then they're going to find they're not going to sign a lot of free agents. Only free agents who want prove it deals.
Leading off for the Wolves, the designated hitter.
And those guys,
Kerr.
they could give it, they could be special, or they could just fizzle out and prove why it is, or prove MLB teams who refuse to get them more than a few years right.
Now pitching. Felix Bautista. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Cody.
Yeah, maybe he wants a prove it deal.
That's a ball.
But there was probably a reason that the Red Sox gave up on him and didn't try to bring him back. John Means is well past the prove it deal.
Batting ninth, the right fielder, Addison Barger.
He's proven that his best years were in Baltimore. Probably should just call it a career. Zach Allen's going to want multiple years, though. I would love to, I thought they should go after Zach Allen, but I think he wants more than 3 years, and like I said, Mets, if they can't get out of their own way, that's not going to happen. Suarez wants more. He wants more than that. He knows what his value is. He proved it last year with Philly. Not if we don't have Pete Alonso or someone equivalent to him. Because we need a power bat behind Juan Soto. If we don't have that, pitchers are just going to pitch around Soto, and they'll just go after the rest of the lineup.
Ball, that's out.
I said power like Pete Alonso. Those guys aren't even in the same ballpark.
Ball, that's low.
I think the closest to Alonso was Schwarber.
Hey!
So now I think the Mets don't have much of a choice. It has to be Alonso. If they let Alonso walk, that's it. Like, I would consider punting on 2026. Just see what you could build for the future. If they get Alonso back, then maybe there's still a chance. Yeah, but he's a DH. We don't need a DH. We need a first baseman.
He's out.
I mean, I kind of feel like we already have a DH in Mark Vientos. But even then, his power step back last year was horrendous.
The center fielder, number 4, Keith Crow Armstrong.
Ball, that's inside.
Mm-hmm. That's exact, and I think Pete Alonso knows that. So the Mets are going to have to overpay, probably, for Pete Alonso, and doesn't sound like they want to do it, but they don't do it, then consider 2026 a wash.
Now batting, catcher, Cal.
Like, just build for the future, I guess.
Runner. Yeah. Out.
No, they do not. That's the way Pete Alonso played it. He played his cards right.
Now batting.
He tried it last year, and it was bad. But now this year, now they had a bounce-back year. The market's all his. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Leading off for Philly, the center fielder, Andrew McCutcheon.
It might just be the cold weather. You're not used to it.
Now pitching, Darren O'Day.
Yep, that's that's the way things go. Well, we're in December. I tried to warn you. I warned you yesterday.
Batting eighth, the left fielder, Taylor Ward.
It's funny, I thought you would have been more heartbroken over Corey Seager. I mean, Corey Seager was homegrown by the Dodgers. Look at what he's done for the Rangers. He won them their first World Series MVP. Wow.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
All right, GG's to my opponent. All right, so I'll just sell Jorge Soler real quick. Close to total bases. That could get me. Pretty far in the program. Huh. Wouldn't it be funny if the Dodgers and Mets traded, and the Dodgers got Francisco Lindor? Huh. That'd be something. Now that might break baseball. Lindor in a Dodgers uniform.
Leading off for Detroit, the third baseman, David Wright.
Free agency could still continue tonight. Never know when a free agent is going to sign. I mean, who knew that Schwarber and Diaz were going to sign literally 1 hour apart?
Batting second, the center fielder, number 27, Mike Trout.
Hey! 0-1.
Strike 3, sit out. Woke up like 7 in the morning last year. And... well, there you go. I thought the Mets should have gotten him. He would have been a great lefty arm to add to the bullpen.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Aaron Judd.
And then Juan Soto last year signed, I think, on day 1 of the winter meetings. No. No. I mean, I may watch highlights, but I'm going to be asleep.
That's a ball. 1-0.
Batting second, the center fielder, Pete Armstrong. Batting third, the catcher, Cal.
I mean, 2023 haunts my memory because of Edwin Diaz. But I always want the U.S. to perform well on the World Baseball stage.
He's out.
Leading off for the Tigers, the catcher, Drake Baldwin. Now pitching, Mason Montgomery.
Yeah. 0-1's the count. Hey! No ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, sit down. Sorry I don't sound like I have more energy, but...
Ball 1, no strike.
yeah, well, I chalked that one up to Stearns and Cohen. Can't believe they couldn't outbid the Dodgers. $69 million. They could have easily gone 70.
Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 20, Lou Brock.
So, well, all I could say is go get a ring, Diaz. Go get a ring and show exactly why it is that you left the Mets.
He's out. He's safe.
Or show why leaving the Mets was a good decision.
Runner.
Strike 3, sit down.
Leading off for New Jersey, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. I think it's misdirected, but I think we will boo Edwin Diaz, and that's not fair to him. He did exactly what any one of us would have done. You know, I can't sit here and say that I wouldn't have done the same thing. If I was Edwin Diaz's talent, yeah, I would be absolutely signing with the Dodgers. I mean, you don't get to play in that many World Series. So now a team that has been in there back-to-back times. If the Dodgers don't put Edwin Diaz as the closer, I think they're crazy. What was the point of signing Diaz for $23 million if you weren't going to use him as your closer? I would certainly hope so. Can't overpay for just a relief arm like that. That's ridiculous. Oh, I can't wait to see the new Threads cards next year where Edwin Diaz is going to have a Dodgers card while Devin Williams will get a Mets card. Can't wait to see that. Diaz's card is probably going to be a diamond, whereas Williams is probably going to get a gold at best. A new Threads card? That early in the game? I don't think so. If they do it like they did this year, he's going to see like an 85, 86. His live series card is probably going to be higher rated than the. Oh. Um, I'd give him like an 86 or an 87. Something like that.
Leading off for the Wolves, the shortstop, Trey Turner.
Got him. Nope. Outside. One ball, two strikes.
Batting third, the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
Runner. That's a ball. Counts 1-0.
Okay, and what about the Mets? Where'd they end up? Probably outside the top 10. If I had to guess, 15th.
What do you got? Ball 2.
How joyous. Don't even make the wild card, and we can't even get a top 15 pick. But being one of those teams that missed out on the playoffs, you don't get a good draft pick. If you're gonna miss the playoffs, at least miss it spectacularly.
Batting second, the shortstop, Turner.
Ball, that's outside. He's out.
Batting third, the left fielder, Yordan.
Kind of surprised the Rockies didn't get the first pick, because I know they were pretty bad this year. That's okay. There's plenty of time.
Two balls, no strike.
Leading off for New Jersey, the designated hitter, Nick Kerr. Now pitching, Kobe Milner.
Out.
Oh, you're joking.
Nope, that's inside.
Got it.
One ball, two strikes. That's ball 2. Out.
Batting seventh, the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Hey. 0-1. Hey. No balls, 2 strikes. Ball 1.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hungry, and I'm thinking about maybe ending the stream after this game. 'Cause I think I smell pizza downstairs. Could be wrong, but that's what it smelled like. Alright, you two hooping. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's actually going to be an early stream for me. because I've got a Christmas party to go to for my company. So, and that starts at 6. So I want to get out of here ASAP. All right, so I'm gonna go live at noon tomorrow. So if you can make it, great. If not, I understand. All right, thanks. Talk tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a clearer head.
Oh.
Now pitching, Josh Winkowski.
Nice try, Ramon.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's a company holiday party. And it's actually the first time I'm going to this party. I've never been, and I've been with this company since 2018.
Inside ball.
So obviously 2020, I don't think there was one in 2020. Maybe there was, but I just didn't feel comfortable enough to go. And then all the other times it was either I had to work or I couldn't make it. So now I'm actually making it for once.
Batting 8, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Ball.
Nice try, Ramon.
Ball 1, no strike. Ball, that's inside. Nope.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
Great heads-up play there by Jose Altuve.
Now pitching, number 72. The batter, the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Faces Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
He's out.
Yeah, this is going to be my last game. Yeah, man, I'm literally throwing fastballs right down the middle.
He's safe.
Yeah, I agree. Whatever fan just shouted, unbelievable.
Leading off
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree.
for the Wolves, the designated hitter, Nick Kerr. Now pitching,
That's out.
Jose Alvarado.
Yeah. I got 1 ball, 1 strike. Aye.
What up,
1
Boogie?
ball, 2 strikes. 3.
Depressed? Angry?
All 1.
Lost faith?
Aye.
I mean, anything but happy. Tell you that.
Now back, the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Devin Williams. Signed him to a 3-year, $51 million deal. He better be our closer.
Ball 1. 1-0.
Should have been a setup guy to Diaz, but apparently we didn't want to pay more than $69 million for him.
Aye.
No, I think what he did was he used the Mets to get a better deal from the Phillies. I don't think he ever wanted to go to the Mets. I think he just pulled what Kirk Cousins did to the Vikings, using the Jets to get a better offer from them. So, not surprised he returned to Philly. Just, I guess, kind of, leaves us really with no other option but to get Pete Alonso back. We don't get Pete Alonso back, we might as well call 2026 a wash. You know, better off just developing our own players. Yeah, I did see that. I did see that Philip Rivers was re-signing with the Colts. Guess that's Babe Ruth's power. At least I can take out Pete Crow Armstrong, because now I don't need him. He's super fractured. But that's going to do it for me, guys. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you could follow me on X at TTVNextJGGen24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start up a stream. So a little bit of progress was made. I mean, I completely forgot about the Captain Blizzard program. At least we got that done, so not too upset about that. And then we also did make some decent progress. Not a lot, but, better than nothing, I suppose. So, let's see. I definitely feel like total bases are within reach. So I have a good feeling about that. And stolen bases is also within reach as well. So that could be 40 right there. That'll put me at 299. Which will just put me right beneath Felix Bautista. So I'll work it out later. What the lineup's gonna look like and all that. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. It's actually gonna be at noon Eastern, as I was saying before, because I am going to my company's holiday party. So I hope to see you all tomorrow, Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.